Hey, good evening, welcome everyone. Really sorry for the delay, an hour delay. I think there was an issue with YouTube or something. I just couldn't make it work. I sorted it out now, I think so, So, by the way, how are you guys? The chat is open, so let me know in the chat. How are things going? And thank you for being here, and thank you for your patience. Okay, so today we're going to talk about intuition, and I was inspired by one of my viewers, as it often happens. Her name is Paris J. So she left me this lovely comment. She said, "Well, Camille, you are a mysterious creature, aren't you?" So thank you for that. She says, recently I've been exploring this myself, the power of the mind. Tell me, what do you know about intuition, like having the ability to read, feel, know a person's motives, character, feelings, etc. Even with somebody you just met, or sometimes just randomly knowing something along the lines of intuitive, empathic abilities, clear cognizance. I would like some credible insight on this matter from somebody who is not clearly a quack, thank you for this, and or sitting behind a crystal ball. I do not use crystal ball, but metaphorically we all have access to the crystal ball. Guys, I'm still waiting for you to chat to me. I think the chat is open, so or did I mess up something again? No, I hope not. I hope the chat is oh yes, yes, I've got a message. Yes, how am I? Now that I'm live, finally, I'm great. Thank you for asking. Yes, how do I say your name? Shining Yang, something like this, I hope. So intuition. We all have intuition. So let's discuss a few aspects of the intuition: what it is, where it comes from, what are the mechanisms of the intuition, how you can develop your intuition and become much better at predicting things, sensing things. Imagine being able to immediately know the intentions of the people you talk to. You start a business with someone or a project, and you immediately know whether they have real intentions or they are pretending something. You can train that, you can have it, and I'm gonna discuss how. Sanya, is that how you say your name? Okay, Sanya. All right. Hello, Sanya. So the whole universe consists of vibrations. So the science now, physicists have established that the whole universe consists of fields, and so far they have found around, I think, 16 fields, if I'm not mistaken. One field is responsible for electromagnetic waves, so that includes photons, all radio waves. That's one field. Then you have a field that creates quarks, and those quarks then together create, in various configurations, protons, neutrons or neutrons. Then there are fields that create electricity, so electrons, and there are many other fields, so 16 fields, and everything, when they vibrate in certain configurations, they create this reality that we are in. So everything vibrates and keeps moving. Those vibrations keep moving. Things look like they are still, but imagine those fields are just vibrating, and we are moving together with some of those vibrations. Maybe, it's mind-boggling. So we are all connected through those fields. It seems like we are disconnected, we're separate, but it's an illusion. We're all connected through those fields. So that's one thing for you to think about. Second thing, when you think, your thought creates a vibration. When you breathe, there is a vibration. When your heart beats, there is a vibration. And some vibrations we can perceive with our ears. What do we perceive? Vibrations of the air. The air vibrates, and somehow our ear starts vibrating because of that. The brain then translates those electrical impulses from the ear into something that we perceive as sound or sounds. Our eyes, they perceive the vibration of the electromagnetic wave. Boom! And our brain produces those beautiful images that we can see. They're beautiful, aren't they? By the way, I hope you like the colors behind me. They're all right, yeah? Yeah, I think so, yeah, they're not bad, huh? Yeah. And through those vibrations, this is how we can sense the whole world around us. So if we have certain thoughts, certain feelings, we are in a certain vibration, and our awareness of that vibration, particular vibration, we call yeah, colors are great, okay. Thank you. The awareness we call a feeling. So I am, for example, now aware that I'm in great vibrations. I would say I feel good, I feel great, I feel super good, you know. So all is vibrating. These are all vibrations, right? You're following this? Yeah, you agree with that? You should, you know, because so far that's what we know. Maybe it's different, but that's what we have concluded as a civilization. So if I have some thoughts, those thoughts create vibrations. And if I have those thoughts persistently for a long time, those vibrations influence how I feel, and therefore my body, and my body vibrates in a different way. And we are capable of tuning in to those vibrations. So you come in contact with someone, and sometimes you immediately have a good vibe about them or bad vibe about them. Even they don't look anything special different, but you kind of feel like, whoa, you know, and either, you know, this is a great person to talk to, or it's someone you should run away from, you know. So does depression come from vibration too? Well, what do you think? You know, everything is vibration, you know, but the thing with depression is how we control it. So different thoughts will cause different feelings, which means different vibrations, yeah? So usually people who are depressed, they persistently have been thinking certain thoughts that they've been causing them to feel bad about the situation. And there might be in a normal situation, they might have a, you know, a job, a house or whatever, you know, or normal situation, and still be depressed for whatever reason. And usually the reason is because they have been thinking the wrong thoughts. They've been suppressing maybe their own self-expression, you know. When you want something to do and you cannot, or you do not put enough effort to self-express yourself, you suppress it, and this suppression over time turns into depression. So that's one way of looking at it, a simplified way, yes? Hello, what is it, Murtaza Gaming? Oh, that's not a name. Come on, what's your name? So let me just... So we vibrate, everything else vibrate. And that's how our intuition works. We learn how to pick up those vibrations and to understand them. And the longer we live, the longer we focus on those vibrations, we really pay attention to them, the better we become at interpreting them. So for example, Bob Proctor, who talks a bit about intuition as well, he's a great teacher, so I recommend you study him as well. He is capable of coming to a person and immediately saying a lot of things about them, you know, what kind of person they are, what kind of job they may be involved in, or many other things, you know. And he says it's fairly easy for him. He's trained himself to do it. So how can you train your intuition? Okay, I have some questions. If you want to learn how to make more sleep, because I can't sleep if you if any small sound also come. Okay, guys, fine. Please, when you write sentences to me, questions, please make sure that you think about what you write. So punctuations, capital letters, punctuations meaning commas, full stops. Please make sentences so I can understand them. Yeah, I don't want to spend 5 minutes thinking what it is that you have in your mind when you write a question. I need to sleep faster. Is there a technique? I have videos about sleeping, so watch them. This is about intuition, so let me finish that. And Boba, you want to know my hobbies and interests? Again, I'm gonna talk about intuition. Let's focus on intuition. And once we cover that topic, at the end, you can answer those questions, ask those questions, and I will answer them. Yeah, is that a fair comment? So, how can you train intuition? Intuition you train by making certain exercises. So find yourself a comfortable place. By the way, you can do it on the train or on the bus, but it's easier when you have some place where you can sit comfortably. I've got some noises, sorry, coming from outside. So place where you can sit comfortably, lie down, maybe close your eyes. Silence is best, but it's not necessary. And think of an issue you have and ask for guidance and see what comes to you. This is a general one, very difficult sometimes to receive the right answer. So we do a simplified one. We do a kind of a we come up with a challenge where we have two choices. Yeah, for example, shall I buy product A or product B? Which one will be better for me? So you imagine yourself buying product A, and you imagine yourself using it, and you notice how you feel. How you feel not in your head, but where? In your solar plexus. So somewhere here, your chest area, your solar plexus, yeah? And then you do the same with product B. You imagine yourself handling it, using it, and you compare to how you feel. Which one feels better? That's how you do it. Now, sometimes this may fail you because, for example, if you're a drug addict, you might think, shall I drink water or shall I take, I don't know, cocaine? And you might say, oh, cocaine feels much better, so be careful with that. There are lots of subtleties that you need to take into consideration. So sometimes you will clearly know straight away, okay, this is good, this is bad, or the other way around. But sometimes they both will feel good, or they will both feel not so good, or just so. So if they both feel good, probably they're both good, and whichever one you buy, you'll be all right. If they don't feel good, don't buy any of them. Or if they feel so, again, think about it, and remember, there is always a third choice. What is the third choice? The third choice is wait, and you can do just wait and wait and wait, or wait and investigate. For example, you have a business proposition. Someone tells you, hey, let's do business. This is what I propose, and you kind of like it, but you have a bit of a orange light. It's not a green light, not a red light, but an orange light. So that means wait and investigate. Maybe ask more questions, maybe do some research about it. And then once you have more data, then you can go to the person and say, hey, I like the business, but we need to change. Maybe we need to change a little bit the conditions that we agreed, and suddenly the person might come up with different conditions, and you go like, oh yeah, this is what I like, and you get a green light. Or it might turn into the red light, you find something and you go like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it, yeah? So that's important when you train intuition. Remember that there is always a third choice, which is wait, or wait and investigate, okay? Right, let's see. How do I gain confidence? Okay, again, I have videos on confidence as well. Confidence, I recently made a video about confidence. Watch it. Confidence is basically knowing that you know. So you need to have specific area in mind when you talk about confidence. You cannot talk about general confidence. It's certain area. So for example, if you are good at something, I don't know, if you are good at taking photos, you have confidence that you will go with a camera and take good photos. If you are good at speaking publicly, speaking to a camera, you know that you have confidence in it, you have skills in it, so you are confident naturally, yeah? So that's what the confidence. Okay, guys, do you have any questions about intuition? Because intuition is something that can really help you. I want to suggest that every day, by the way, this is the solution to many of the challenges that you have, whether it's a migraine, headache, sleeping problems, and many other challenges in life. The solution is very often this one: gratitude. Gratitude is a kind of a reset switch that resets us emotionally to the state which is the most conducive to our health, to our well-being. So every day spend a few minutes in the morning and maybe in the evening as well, thinking of the things you're really grateful for. It could be small things, it could be big things, doesn't matter. Put yourself in the state of gratitude, like in a really deep gratitude that you can sense here in your chest, again in your solar plexus. It doesn't need to be like, oh my god, I'm so grateful, no, but it's just like, yes, thank you for that, and give thanks for everything you have, all the good things that have happened to you, and all the good things that will happen. Once you've done it, send appreciation, send good vibes to people that may be bothering you. Maybe there is someone on your mind and you're thinking about that person and you're like, oh my God, he or she again, and they did that. Send them good vibes and appreciation, and spend a few minutes on it. And then after a few days, you should start seeing transformation in your life. I cannot tell you what will happen, but something good will really happen. So practice gratitude, okay? Cool. Now I'm gonna check the questions you have. So I got a major migraine yesterday at night and was still morning till 4 a.m. Then after just seeing your video to get rid of migraine, it was magic. Thank you for that video. You are most welcome. I appreciate the comment. Many people actually benefit from that video, so I'm really feeling honored, privileged that I can help so many people. Probably a few million people have already benefited from this video, so that's incredible. So thank you. How to gain knowledge and intelligence? I think this is very simple. If you want to gain knowledge, study. There are so many books, so many videos on YouTube, articles. Just choose the subject you like and study it, become an expert. Now I suggest that you become an expert in your own mind, how to use your mind, how to use your subconscious mind. So I have this webinar on how to reprogram your subconscious mind, which you can find on my YouTube channel as well. I have a few videos about how to study, how to learn, how to learn things by teaching. I cover that, so watch those things. Intelligence. Well, intelligence is something that we are born with, so you can't really gain it. However, you can improve your intelligence a little bit through studying and through imagining that you are clever, through affirming and saying, for example, I'm a genius and I apply my wisdom. Dr. John DeMartini, that's his favorite affirmation. You need to repeat it every day many times. I'm a genius and I apply my wisdom, and that will help you tremendously. So you are very intellectual. Well, I will take it as a compliment. Thank you very much. I have sleeping problems. Now you don't have sleeping problems. You have some challenges regarding your sleeping, but that's fine. I cover this in many videos. Yeah, so watch that. Energy, medicine, and polarity of head. Don't know what you mean by that. Please do daily vlogs. Well, I'd like to, but these things take time and I'm busy doing other things, so and also if you want, I could maybe do daily live streams, like maybe 5 minutes a day out of the blue. I could do them, maybe I'll see about this, but it wouldn't be daily, maybe a few times a week max. Okay, my thought about intuition is that it cannot be learned. It's God-gifted. Yeah, intuition is not something that we learn. Intuition is something that we have, and we train ourselves to develop it. And the longer, as I said, the longer we live, the better we become, and especially if we actually focus on it. So Kevin Trudeau gives a good example. You might sometimes follow your intuition and fall off the cliff, so to say. Then you need to just reflect on it and just say, so when I feel that means don't go there, because you will fall off the cliff, metaphorically. You really can train your intuition, and I've noticed there is a big difference between the intuition I had 20 years ago, which was tiny, and now my intuition is really strong. And Bob Proctor now, as I said, he's got great intuition. He comes to a person and he immediately knows a lot of things about them. So you can train intuition and become better and better at it. It's like any other gift or skill we have. It's built in our hearts, in our minds, I don't know, whole bodies, our whole beings. I don't know exactly, probably no one knows how it works, but through vibration we can develop our sensitivity, our perception, and become better and better attuned to those little vibrations, disturbances in the force. You're the best. Oh, thank you, Stacy, and I think you're the best too. So thank you for saying that. When I read a book to gain knowledge and experience, I forget easily. Right, that probably means that what you are reading is not of interest to you. Simple as that. So start focusing on or reading things that you are interested in, and that's it. And if you want to learn something but you don't find it interesting, but you think this could be a benefit of you, find out how, kind of make a list of 20 reasons why learning this, mastering this would help you achieve your main goals. You know, that's a great way. Connect what you're doing with what's important to you. How to prove other people wrong about bad image in their minds. Okay, well, your job, remember, your job is not to prove anything, or your job is not to convince anyone of anything. First of all, learn how to not want to convince anyone of anything, not how to prove yourself right. Because if you want to prove yourself right, everybody will put up a fight with you. Because what happens when someone else comes to you and wants to prove them right and prove you wrong? You put up a fight usually. Unless you're clever, then you just ignore them, yeah? But normally people will put up a fight, because not many people are very well developed, especially when they are young. So if someone has a bad image in their minds, you just usually, if you want to help people, doesn't matter what subject it is, could be bad image as you call it in the minds, you need to approach it in a way that is not imposing. You just say, look mate, I think that there is the way you think about certain things might not be how to say it, helpful to you, might not be the wisest thing, might not be beneficial to you. And can I tell you more about it? Can I tell you more about what I think it is? And if the person says, okay, yeah, tell me, then you can then explain to them what you see. And if they say, no, I don't care, then you need to learn to accept it and just say, fine, okay, and walk away. Simple as that. Seriously, that's the best thing you can do, especially right now. Meaning, when you are at this stage of life, when you are learning those things, later on you might be more clever, but generally, never try to be right. Okay, trying to be right will put you in trouble, and you're not gonna win much. It's not worth it. Totally counterproductive. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. The question should be not is, does our DNA contain information from collective knowledge base? Okay. I don't know. Some people say that in our DNA there is a lot of information from our ancestors, a common knowledge. I don't know if it's like if there is knowledge of everything, but supposedly our subconscious minds and our intuition has connection to everything. So is it through DNA, or is DNA not needed in that process? I don't know. Maybe DNA is the thing that actually is the works as the antenna for the connection. I don't know. Anyways, to get rid of negative thoughts. Yes, so I have this video, how to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's a 1 hour long webinar, and watch that, and I explain clearly how you can eliminate it through a few things, mainly repetition and focusing on the good things. So bad thoughts, okay, replace them with better thoughts. And it doesn't mean opposite. Sometimes it could be opposite, and sometimes a little bit different, sometimes very different, because not always can we switch from feeling really bad to feeling great. Very often it's impossible. We can only switch kind of to a little bit higher. So if we can't feel excited about something, maybe we can feel hopeful about it, So switch to better feeling thoughts. Okie dokie. I do my work with full hard work, but my hard work pays just 50% of my potential. It's been proven time and time again that hard work is not the key to success, my friend. Read Napoleon Hill's book Think and Grow Rich, or The Law of Success in 16 Lessons. He says clearly, riches come through intelligent direction of knowledge. And knowledge doesn't, and the person who has the knowledge doesn't, no, sorry, the person who makes the money doesn't need the knowledge. So you just need to organize other people in an intelligent way, and you might make yourself a fortune. Study that book. As you can see, I cannot repeat it very well yet, so I need to study it more as well. Study the book, and remember, you can gain fortune through organized power, and power is achieved through well organized and directed knowledge, and so on and so on. So no hard work. Now, hard work only pays off if you are working towards a great goal and you're doing it in the right way. And again, you can learn about the right way from the book, The Science of Getting Rich. It's a short book, so I recommend it. It's available for free as a PDF, as a download. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. He explains the basics of how to earn more with less effort. Okay? Can a person read at super fast speed with subconscious mind, as claimed by many people? I don't know if subconscious mind has anything to do with it. I've seen people, reading really fast, doing speed reading courses, and they can read 5-10 times faster than other people, sometimes even more than 10 times faster than an average person. And yeah, they might not get the whole all bits, but if you read a page in 5 seconds as opposed to 30 seconds, you will definitely remember more, because it's more data in a shorter period of time, and it pops up as a picture in your mind quicker. There's a better picture, so you can train it. But some reading through some magic, but not looking at the book even, no, that's not gonna happen. I don't know if that's what you mean, but no. Okay, do meditation and activation of subconscious mind helps in learning fast? I don't know what you mean activation of subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is active all the time. Meditation, yeah, it might help in learning to a certain degree. There are lots of things that help, but are not necessarily the best things. If you want to learn, first of all, you need to have a motivation to learn. You need to be inspired. You need to be truly genuinely interested in learning that thing. If you're not interested, you're not gonna learn very well. Simple as that. Thanks and good night from India. Okay, good night. Anyways, to learn things at fast speed and how to study smartly. So I think I've covered this already. Get interested in the things, and that's number one. I have other videos about studying and learning. Watch them. Is it okay to be jack of all trades? Well, depends who you ask and what criteria you use. Some people are jack of all trades and they feel happy with it. Others are not, and they feel happy about that. So you decide what you want to be in life. Sometimes it pays more to be an expert in one thing, then you can charge a lot of money, and over the years your expertise keeps growing and you can charge more and more money. So that's how people start earning more. And other people like to specialize in lots of things. So everything's all right, nothing wrong with nothing. I can't forget my old thoughts. Okay, so don't forget them, just think something new. Thoughts have this funny thing that if you think about them more, and you think about them more, and if you think, oh, I can't forget about them, you're still thinking about them, which means you keep you keep giving them power. So don't do it. Instead of your old thoughts, start thinking about different thoughts until you replace the old ones with the new ones. And don't worry about them. Really, the most important thing is not worrying about your old thoughts. Because if you worry about them, you give them power. And again, they become stronger. So don't, okay? Cool? So when will you come again live? You are a good teacher and please come at least once in 2 weeks. Yes, well, that's on my mind. And sometimes, I don't have a good excuse why I'm not doing it, really. So I'm not gonna promise you anything else, but yeah, I will attempt to do a live streaming, maybe once a week. But again, can't promise, and I don't know when. I'm still working on a few things. Okay. I mean, past happened thoughts. That doesn't help. All thoughts are past thoughts or present thoughts. So. Present thoughts, obviously, they are there, and past thoughts, what's the difference whether it's past thoughts or present thoughts? If you don't want to think them, don't focus on them, replace them with other thoughts. Simple as that. Replace them. The moment you notice a thought that you don't want, don't go, oh my god, I have a thought. No. Alright then, so what else would I like to be thinking about instead of this one? And maybe write it down. Writing down really helps, because once you write down, you get some clarity on what you want to think, and then you can read it many times a day, and that's how it works. You gave me a really good trick 3 years ago to get rid of a headache, and I still remember you. Oh, David, thank you very much. You're very kind. I'm really glad I could help you. And Mohammed says, thank you, love from India. Thank you very much. Live reciprocated. Please come live. You may help people who need to. Please think about your plans for live streams. Believe me, I do think about them a lot, and sometimes I even take action. So like today, I was inspired and I decided to take action, I might schedule actually something, maybe every Saturday, 6 o'clock or something like this. Today, is that a good time? Yeah, that should be good time, because, people can watch me in the UK, in India, and in the US as well, I guess, at this time, Yeah, Saturday. Maybe I'll do every Saturday 6 p.m. Let's see. Okay, cool. So, any other questions? I think we've covered the topic of the subject of intuition quite a lot now, quite well. 12 a.m. in the morning. That's where in India. Right. 12 a.m. in the morning. So you mean midnight? It's midnight, or just no? Yeah, midnight. Okay, you kind of you get up 5.5 hours before us, or something like this. Yeah. So in the UK it's now 1934, the time. So in India, I guess it's around after midnight. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Please take a good time so everyone could come live. Yeah, or maybe I'll do it, 12 noon here in the UK once, and then 8 p.m. the second time. I don't know. Saturday might be my day of live streamings, We'll see. Okay, guys, any other questions? Because if not, I'd like to wrap it up, and... So anything else I can help you with intuition or anything, then yes, please go on. By the way, there is around 10-second delay or so. So you need to give me around 10 seconds before you will hear me answering your questions. So I'm waiting for your questions. Yes, come on. And in the meantime, I'll see what's going on. Everything's here all right, yes. Okay, how is Trump? What do you mean, how is Trump? I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, please ask very specific questions. Make sure that you are very clever, that you express yourself clearly through full sentences. I know it's not easy to type sometimes, but it's necessary. Should we think more about our present, or should we think and work for our future more? That is a very, very good question. It's a bit related to... not sure about if it's related to intuition, but anyway, what we've been kind of conditioned as humans throughout the histories we've been conditioned to live through our perception of the reality around us. And that is okay, because that can save us from, falling off a tree, being eaten by a tiger, or run over by a car. Yeah, so that is great, that's very useful. But really, when you are observing the reality to make sure that everything's okay, you should be immediately thinking at the same time with much more intensity about what it is that you really want. And set up yourself a really good goal. And I explain really good goals as well in my other videos, and in the video on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. I think I explain it as well. A good goal, and think about it like this: things that we want to achieve, experience, how we want to feel. Make yourself feel those feelings, like really, really feel them. And that's how you should be living your life. Not like where you are right now, but where you want to be. Start vibrating at the level where you want to be, which means you start feeling as if you have achieved those things. I know it's difficult, but you need to practice it every day until you become a master of it, and they start happening, and you start achieving those things very fast. And then you can set bigger goals, bigger goals, bigger goals. That's what I recommend you do. I'm talking to you, but I am imagining now that I have a different life. I have a lot of now passive income, money continually coming to me. I have a lovely, great house. I drive a lovely car. I'm thinking about this as well. So thank you for reminding me. Actually, it's important that we do that in everything that we do. So if you are at work, doing some work, you should be doing the work as well as you can to the highest level, but at the same time thinking about where it will take you. And it will take you to where you dream, where you want to be, where you imagine yourself to be. So think about it while you are doing your work. Seriously, this is the only way that we know of as civilization of making quantum leaps. And Bob Proctor teaches about that as well. Right, so if you don't mind, can I ask your studies? You mean what I have studied? Well, I have studied lots of things. After my primary and secondary school, I went to university, so I studied linguistics and teaching English. Privately, then in my own kind of accord, I studied lots of other things. I studied computers, so I did something called MCSE, Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer. So I studied a lot about computers, photography, personal development, subconscious mind, emotions, reprogramming emotions, being a better person, better human being, all sorts of things. Some people could call it psychology, but that's not the best really word for it, so I've studied a lot of things. I practice martial arts, which is also another thing, Tai Chi, science, physics, all sorts of various things, technology, gadgets, all sorts of things. People say money cannot buy happiness, but still everyone is in race of earning more and more. That is right. So on one hand, that is correct. You can't buy happiness because you can be happy right now. You can say, I'm happy. Thank you for everything I have. And you are immediately happy. But let me tell you something. It's really difficult to be happy. Some people can do it, but very, very few people on this planet. It's really difficult to be happy when you are hungry, cold, and you don't have a roof over your head. Really difficult to be happy. Or if you are not safe, or you're not feeling safe, it's really difficult to be happy. So when you have more money, the more money you have, the easier it is for you to have good food, good shelter, to be in a safe place, and to see some future for yourself. And the easier it is to be happy, right? Now that obviously only happens to certain levels. So people who earn above $50,000 or pounds a year here in Europe, US, they will not experience much more happiness above that level, So above 50,000, your happiness is not going to increase with the increase in your income. But you need to cover certain basic income. Also, it's built in ourselves. We have been built to grow in every way. Grow physically, grow mentally, grow emotionally, in every way. And making money is a great way of growing, at least in one way, or usually in many ways, because in order to make more money, you need to grow in various ways. So it's a good way, and it's measurable, and you can do a lot of good things with money. When you have excess of money, you can give to charities, to good causes, you know, you can help your family, friends, you know. So money is important. Let's not cheat, let's not deceive each other, you know. Money is important, you know. But if you don't want to, if you don't feel like you are interested in earning lots of money, that's fine, you know. You don't need to, but it will help you, you know. If you earn more money, it will help you, you know. Simple as that. Thanks, it's my pleasure. You gave me all answers. Thanks from Yash Rathore. All right then, you're most welcome. Can you upload tutorials on martial arts secrets? There are no secrets to martial arts, but that's a good thing. Maybe I'll make a video about. I've been thinking about making some videos on martial arts, but there are no secrets to martial arts. You just need to train very hard, study from various masters, various sources, and you will discover there are no secrets. If you want to be a good fighter, you need to train fighting. If you want to be just good at defending yourself, practice defending yourself, you know, and so on and so on. Practice basics. So learn how to punch well, how to kick well, how to be a bit stronger, faster, and that's it. You are much better than at fighting. You know, there are no secrets. There are no some secret methods of doing things, of, I don't know, kicking a flying object. No, there are no secret ways, you know. You just need to learn the basics and then become master of the basics. That's it, basically. Should we have more than one plan for our goals in future, or should we should go for one goal and make every effort to get that goal? Okay, well, plan and goal are two different things, obviously. So you have a goal and then you have a plan how to achieve it. So Bob Proctor recommends one or two goals, but really the goal that stretches us, that seems like a fantasy. So a goal that's not like really far away, that we think it's gonna take us 10 years, but maybe something that we can achieve in half a year, in 1 year, but we know it's going to be super difficult for us, and it's beyond our skills at the moment. Like, let's say if you are earning £20,000 a year and you wanna earn 100,000, that is a big stretch, but that could be a good goal for you, you know, good goal to go for. But if you do not believe that you can get it in million years, maybe just go for 30,000 or 50,000, you know. You can have a personal goal, for example, a girlfriend or boyfriend, my own house maybe, and then you can have a career goal. So this position or this amount of money. So you have two goals and you work towards them. If you have two goals, make sure they are kind of aligned, so when you work towards one, you're not going away from the other, and the other way around, you know. So when you're going towards the money, this will also help you get a girlfriend, for example, you know. And when you get a girlfriend, it will also help you to get money, you know. So there is no conflict between those goals. And then you develop plans. You start, okay, what can I do? Okay, let me start with this. Let me investigate this way. And then you discover what to do next, and what to do next, what to do next. That's it. Okie dokie. So the time is 7:45. I think I would like to finish soon, you know. I've run out of water. So I'd like to, you know, have a break if you don't mind. Take a specific time when you will come again, so that I could be free and then can see your video, because during studies and college I can't go for live streams. Remember that all those live streams, they will be then published and you can re-watch them again, you can see the chat, so you don't need to do it live. But I understand that people have busy lives and so on and so on. And Saturday, Sunday are usually best things for them, so best times, I mean. So yeah, I do take it into consideration. Okay guys, so I'm gonna give you a few more seconds to ask last questions, and if not, I'll see you some other time, probably next Saturday. I will try to do it next Saturday, maybe sooner during the week, I don't know. And then, okay, I'm getting some messages here. Let me see. No, this is good. This is good. Suggest us a good diet. Well, I'm not an expert in nutrition and diet, but, you know, common sense. Good diet is healthy diet. So lots of vegetables, fruit, fresh food, clean food, you know, clean waters, things that nature gives us, you know. It's common sense. Use common sense, you know. Don't eat a lot of meat. If you eat meat, again, maybe just a little bit as an extra, because we don't really need it. It takes a lot of time and energy to digest it. Don't eat very spicy if you don't need to. I know in India people eat a lot of spicy stuff, and that's fine, but if you don't need to, kind of limit it down, because spicy food was necessary to preserve the food in hot countries. But now people have fridges, you don't need to eat so you know, hot food anymore. Just a little bit, you know, because some people say that spicy food is not healthy. I don't know if it's true or not. You experiment. Tell me if time management and timetable for studies help to be successful. There is no such a thing as time management, because you can't manage time. How can you manage time? You can take time and say, okay, this hour I'm gonna squeeze into half an hour, and this hour I'm gonna stretch to 2 hours. No, you can't. You can only manage activities. So you decide, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna study for an hour. So you manage the activity of studying, and you focus on studying, and you say, I'm gonna study for an hour, and that's it. And then I'm gonna have a break. So instead of focusing on time, you might want to focus on priorities. Okay, so this is the most important thing. Learning that thing is the most important thing. I'm gonna focus on it tomorrow, and I'm not gonna do anything else until I finish that thing. That's priorities. Yeah. When I finish with this, then I will go to priority number 2, which is this thing. And the next day you revise it and see, is this still priority number 1? Is this priority number 2? And you continue accordingly. And every day you change your priorities, you revise them and act accordingly. Cool? Okay, you learned a lot today. You're most welcome. I'm glad. Timetables helps to do and use our day effectively. Yeah, there are obviously getting organized. It's not about the timetable, but about getting organized. And you can do it in many ways, in many areas of life. So get organized in areas where you think you're lacking organization, and in areas where you think that could help you. So if your studies are kind of going down, so to say, get organized in your studies. Get organized, really get organized, get your priorities right, and the time will sort out itself. Okay, because you can't manage time, you can only manage priorities, activities, okay, and intentions. Timetable for every day. Look, if you like having timetable of knowing exactly what time you are doing what, that's great, that's fine, but it's not necessary. Some people do it and they love it, some people don't do it and they still are successful, you know. So find what works for you, but usually getting organized works. Cool. All right then, guys. Again, thank you for watching. If you need to watch this video again, I think I've given you a lot of good content. So you take care of yourself, and see you next time. Okay, bye bye.